Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shah, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shah, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shah, Barakatha Yahweh, Bashim Yahweh Shah, Bashim Kakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopefully elect and sincere Akim, pushing his word, wishing their lives and their freedom to do so. New York Post, U.S. approved nation's first lab-grown meat chicken made from animal cells. Wow, this demon has to be stopped. For the first time, U.S. regulators on Wednesday approved the sale of chicken made from animal cells, allowing two California companies to offer lab-grown meat to the nation's restaurant tables and eventually supermarket shelves. This demon hands is always up to mischievous acts. You know, the agriculture department gave the green light to Upside Foods and Good Meats, firm that had been racing to be the first in the U.S. to sell meat that doesn't come from slaughtered animals. What's now being referred to as cell cultivated or cultured meat, as it emerges from the laboratory and arrives on the dinner plates. You couldn't think of a better way to farm and help the animals, be more healthier, so that the meats that you eat, could be better for you to consume. So he decided to do away with the whole process of farming, by growing meat in the laboratory. And it only take one thing for this devil, to make processing food better, and that's by observing the land Sabbath. And ever since he stepped foot here, in these soils, he's been cultivating and cultivating and cultivating. And now the land is dead. This place is polluted and defiled. It says, the move launches a new era of meat production aimed at eliminating harm to animals and drastically reducing the environmental impacts of grazing, growing feed for animals, and animal waste. This place is polluted and destroyed, and as long as we are in this man's custody, we're going to be polluted and destroyed. But the Lord, he said that we would eat our food defiled amongst the Gentiles. And this was prophesied thousands of years ago. So I'm not going to read any more of the article. You got the gist of it. Sleazy is a demon, and his hands is always up to mischievous acts. And this prophecy is being fulfilled. So Ezekiel 4 verse 13. I'm going to jump straight to it. And the Lord Yahweh said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread amongst the Gentiles, whither I will drive them. So this was prophesied thousands of years ago, that we would eat our bread defiled amongst the Gentiles. When you look up that word defiled in the Webster, it says, to make unclean or impure, and that's exactly what he's doing. He's creating meat grown in the lab that's unclean and impure. So imagine the effects that you're going to have when you consume those products. It's going to destroy you. So, and that's what's going to happen to 2/3 of Israel for leaning on that broken reed. The same way they leaned on that broken reed and went and let them stick the serpent piss in their body, and they through now. And that's the same thing that's going to happen when they consume these foods. But the elect of Israel, when we eat these things, we not going to be defiled. So when you jump into Mark 16, because Paul was bit by a serpent. It says Mark 16 verse 18, they shall take up serpents, and if they drink any deadly thing, it shall not hurt them. They shall lay hands on the sick, and they shall recover. So when we eat these foods and we drink these deadly poisons, we're going to recover. because the Spirit of the Lord is protecting us from harm in this place. Only the elect. Let me get the scripture real quick. Gotta find out where it's at. I just looked at it. Shalakia. It says, Acts 28, verse 3. This the instance when Paul was bit by the viper. You know, it says Acts 28, verse 3. No, Salaki, Acts 28, verse 3. And when Paul had gathered a bundle of sticks and laid them on the fire, there came a viper out of the heat and fastened on his hand. A viper, which is a snake, a poisonous snake, bit him. And when the barbarians saw the venomous beast on his hand, they said among themselves, no doubt this man is a murderer, whom, though he had escaped the sea, yet vengeance suffered not to live. And that's what they doing. They sitting back in these councils, smoking in these smoke-filled rooms, planning on ways to destroy Jake. But when those things we eat and drink, you know, don't harm us, they baffled. They trying to figure out why, you know, we giving them vaccinations, you know, since early childhood, you know, and they still on their feet walking around as if, you know, they didn't drink or eat any poison. It says, and he shook off the beast into the fire and felt no harm. You know, it says, howbeit they looked when he should have swollen or fallen down dead suddenly, but after they had looked a great while and saw no harm come to him, they changed their minds and said that he was a power. You know, and that's what's happening today in this day and age. Like I said before, Sleazy E is doing any and everything, you know, to poison us, whether it be from the childhood vaccinations, you know, the chemtrails in the air, the fluoride in the water. You know, now he's making cell-grown meat aimed at the total annihilation of Jake. But the Spirit of the Lord is on us, on the elect, and none of the things that He prescribed for us to eat or drink, it's not gonna harm us. You know, the Wadi Abba Shemel Shah, you know, for protecting us. You know, He's the only reason why, you know, we're able, you know, to push this word and still be alive, despite of the fact that, you know, Sleazy E is poisoning us. So I pray and hope this lesson was edifying. Till the next time, Shalom.